All right, y'all. Who is Esau? Quick little, this just very surface level research and understanding. Trying to give you two sides. Just giving you two sides. Just real blanket, quick lesson. Okay, and you do what you want to do with the information. This is we'll first glean from Marks of a Lost Race by Abba Bibbins. This is the forefather of One West Israelism. This is the Martin Luther of One West Israelism. All right, and we're gonna go to page 35, and we're gonna get the breakdown. We're gonna get the breakdown here on page 35 here. It says, and Isaac begot Jacob and Esau, beginning of the so-called white man. This is the first time in the scriptures where color is mentioned, and that is when it was speaking of Esau. We know that this to be true by referring to Genesis 25:25, and the first came out red, not white, and all over like a hairy garment, and they call his name Esau. And if we would stop and consider the so-called white man, he is red and hairy. He is covered with hair from head, arms, back, including buttocks, legs, feet, just like a garment. For more proof that Esau is our white brother today, we know by reading the history of the Caucasian race. They were a people who lived in the caves, in the cliffs, and the rocks, commonly called cave dwellers. We also know this to be true from our history, the Bible. We ask you to read Genesis 36:1. Now these are the generations of Esau, who is Edom. Now read Obadiah 1:1 and 3, the vision of Obadiah. Thus saith the Lord of God concerning Edom, the pride of thine heart have deceived thee, thou that dwelleth in the cliffs of the rocks, whose habitation is high. Some will say that some of the Caucasian people are, some of the Caucasian people are red, but are not red, but pale. This is very true. This came about through Gehazi, the Amalekite, the servant of Elisha. Can somebody give me a verse? Can somebody give me some information concerning is Gehazi a Amalekite? Okay, but this came about. This is how Esau got pale. All right. The servant of Elisha. And because he lied to the man of God, the leprosy of Naaman fell on him and his seed forever. We know this to be true, referring you to 2 Kings 5:27. The leprosy, therefore, of Naaman shall cleave unto thee and unto thy seed forever. And he went out from his presence a leper as white as snow. These lepers, who were Amalekites, were really descendants of Esau. Genesis 36:12. And they married into Esau the red man, thus bringing forth what we call pale face. It is just like taking white paint and mixing it with red paint, you will get a pale color. Okay, that is from Abba Bibbins, the founder of One West Israelism. That is the breakdown. Came out red. The red wasn't really white. The red really didn't get white until it mixed with Gehazi, who was an Amalekite, allegedly. And he received a curse of leprosy. I've also heard, and that's how, him mixing in with the other Edomites, that's how they became pale. I've also heard the mark that Cain received to being, white skin. I've heard them say that. Yeah, anyway. Let's go here from another side here. This is from the Concise Jewish Encyclopedia here. And we're going to look for Esau. This book is pretty fragile. It's kind of old. I got to be careful. Here we go. mountainous Jordan. Look at Edom, mountainous country in southern. This may not be what we want. No. This is what we want. Southern Transjordan. Its inhabitants were related to the Hebrews, and according to the Bible, were descended from Esau. They took the country from its previous Horite inhabitants, but were conquered by David, who made Edom into an Israelite province. They subsequently regained their independence. The Hasmoneans conquered their kingdom, and John Hyrcanus forcefully converted them to Judaism. From then on, they were part of the Jewish people. Herod was of Edomite descent. They supported the extremist elements in the war against Rome, 66 through 70, but are not heard of thereafter. In the Talmud, In the Talmud, the name of Edom was applied to Christian Rome, and then used for Christianity in general. Okay, the Talmud, the name of Edom was applied to Christian Rome and used for Christianity in general. All right, this information came from the Talmud. How did Esau become Romans? Well, they're showing you here. Now, this is a book here that you don't want West Israelism. You probably were taught. You might have seen a camp video. I want to say IUIC probably one of the first ones to come out with this information that I've seen do it. And I ended up buying the book. Oh, it's a baby's name book. But in it, it talks about Esau. I don't know how they came across this information, but they ended up getting it. Okay, this is the baby name for Esau. And they say, well, this woman is a scholar, and yeah, she wrote a baby name, but she's a scholar, and she graduated and stuff. And so we would buy this book just for this little paragraph here at the bottom. It says, according to commentaries on Hebrew scripture, Esau is considered a significant character in world history and the forefather of the Roman Empire. And so we would glean from that and say, see, they're saying that he's from the Roman Empire. According to commentaries on the Hebrew scripture, and we just read in the Jewish Concise Encyclopedia that was them commentaries coming from the Talmud. All right, a lot of that information is coming from the Talmud. And the Christians also, we look deeper into this. The Christians also called the Jews that. They were throwing around that name, on their enemies. And we got to understand the schisms, especially between Jews and Christian Rome. We have to really understand how quick this thing shifted. And we can't even get there because, we thinking that the Gentiles are Israelites. But it's this thing, we lost grips of this thing very quick, and really you can see it in the text that we're kind of, Jews are kind of losing grip of this thing. Pretty much once those apostles were gone, that was it, man. We weren't really controlling this thing like we think. But anyway, that's just some brief information. Y'all do what y'all want to do with the information. Pray this thing was edifying. Y'all be blessed.